I'm sure you have reflected on the development financing. The only experience that we have for designing climate change comes from development financing. Uh, can you reflect a little bit with us and share your reflection with us that in terms of your understanding that how development financing was managed? Is the management of climate funds has any lessons to draw? Likewise, allocation. Then, of course, effectiveness, the effectiveness of development financing. Do we have something to draw upon from that sector to apply in the climate sector area? Of course, donor coordination would be another area. And I'm sure you have reflected on those areas, and maybe we can share a little bit.
Yes, one of the things that we have learned from our experience here in climate change has been how we can enable the developing countries to take charge of their own, to take charge of their role at the national level. For this, I believe the role of the multilateral entities, which we call the UNDP, for instance, or the World Bank. Thus far, what has been happening is that these entities have been playing the role of development agents at the national level. One of the lessons we drew was to why not ask the developing countries to create similar national level entities in their own countries, an experience that we call direct access. It is very difficult for countries to evolve such entities, but by and far, this is one of the most enabling factor or a factor that leads to capacity building within the developing countries to manage the development finance at their national level. So my experience or my message is that we should focus on creating or generating those national level entities which are able not only to execute projects but to conceive them and as well as to implement them.